a few of the people that make the museum special, and we'll show you some of the aircraft as we get ready in the special MBTV3 production, Destination March Air Museum.
For 10 years now, the March Air Museum has welcomed visitors at its current location. Most visitors arrive via car, not helicopter, and they take the 215 to the Van Buren exit to do so. The aircraft are the magnet that draw people in, and with so many magnets drawing attention, what's the biggest draw?
It's the fastest plane in the world, the SR-71 Blackbird. It does go 3.5 times the speed of sound or more, over 2,000 miles an hour. In the 1990 era, about 1990, the Air Force started to retire the SR-71 Blackbirds, and at that time the museum put in a request to the Air Force to have one, and it was approved, and so the aircraft flew in here to March in February 1990. It was basically defueled and some of the classified items removed and given to the museum, so it's still intact with all of its engines, all of its cockpit, everything is there.
Visitors can check out the historic SR-71 Blackbird and are welcome to snap photos of this special piece of aviation history. The Blackbird truly is rare, with less than 35 in the entire world. On special days set by the museum staff, visitors can climb aboard for an up-close look.
When we do Open Aircraft Day, we do that 3 times a year, where we open up 12 to 15 of the aircraft, and you can actually get inside the airplanes and see all the great restoration work that our staff have done, and really see the history not only through the volunteers that flew them, but see the actual planes themselves.
The museum provides memorable experiences for young and old alike. Groups can arrange guided tours, something many Southern California schools take advantage of each week. These school-age children not only get to see aircraft, they get to hear stories from people who flew in them.
I think it's wonderful for our children to be able to have a tour guide and to also rely on the knowledge that he carries, as well as to have it presented by someone of a different generation is excellent.
It's hard for me to describe it. You'd have to actually see them looking and actually shaking hands and physically reaching back through history is what it is. And this is something that no other institution in Southern California can really offer these people. It's just a joy to watch.
It's great to show our children what's within our community and what our community can offer them, and to go back and to share the information with their families and their friends, and to bring them out to the base because it is something that is local for us.
Education is a core mission of the museum. Groups from Orange County and beyond are regular visitors. This puts March Air Museum on the short list of top destinations in the region. Children are often so impressed by their school trip, Mom and Dad decide to visit too.
My dad said he got this phone number to go here, and he asked us if we wanted to go. So me and my brother said yes, because we've never been here before. So we started to call, but the line was really busy. So then we just decided to come over.
The combination of aircraft, historic exhibits, and the unique personalities help make the museum a local treasure. Visitors who stop by the museum are in for a real treat because the volunteers who show them around are going to give them a living history lesson.
Most of us are veterans, served in World War II or Vietnam or Korea, and so we have actual knowledge of what went on, what happened, how things were done. So when we get questions, we can answer them and give them a truthful answer.
I spoke to a lady, she was an author, over in the PX one day, and she said if every volunteer could write a story of his military life, you'd have the greatest history book you could find. And I think that's true because there's a lot of things go on here that's just amazing. You find out what people are doing at certain times of their career in the military. And there is a lot of history just walking around here in the shape of volunteers.
As you fit all of these people in, I think you'll find that the experiences of flying the various airplanes that we have in the museum and being associated around that, you have a bunch of knowledge that you can answer most questions or keep people interested in concerning historical facts of flying or airplanes or March Field itself.
While many large museums and parks rely on a steady flow of college-age interns, March trusts its veterans to deliver their unique messages.
I would have loved to talk to Teddy Roosevelt about San Juan Hill because he's one of my favorites, but I have to read about him in a book. So we are able to give it authentic background, authentic knowledge, which a scholar couldn't.
A facility of this size comes with a pretty hefty operating budget. Since only a handful of positions are paid, volunteers are the museum's safety net.
I don't think it could exist without volunteers because we have no set income. We do depend on donations and we depend on volunteers almost 100%.